straight into it.
This is real podcast time. We are podcasting. He's playing a video game.
Yeah, you lazy fuck.
We're not supposed to.
Get the fuck off your games.
People aren't supposed to know I play video games.
Yeah, no one would think you were a gamer.
Yeah, exactly.
Judging by our topics that we discuss.
Oh yeah, because like, you know, mobile games are not real games.
Mobile games aren't real games. If mobile games are real games, that means that the majority of gamers are 40-year-old women. And I refuse to accept that.
Yeah. Super Mario is not a real game. Stardew Valley is not a real game.
Super Mario's gotta be on mobile. It's gotta be.
I'm talking about Nintendo Switch. Those are not real games.
Oh,
Animal Crossing,
Switch is mobile?
Animal Crossing, not a real game.
League is a fake game.
Yeah, not
Call
a real
of Duty
game.
is bullshit.
Yeah.
Warzones is just not even a thing.
Warzone, you're not a gamer if all you play is Warzone. I refuse.
Actually, though, or are we still joking?
I refuse. If the only thing you play is COD, not a real gamer.
Yeah, and if you like Fortnite, not a real gamer
You can't
either.
tell if I'm joking right now.
Yeah, now I can't tell.
I'm only like partially not joking because there's like everyone plays COD now.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know?
it's
Really?
the Battle Royale structure. The Battle Royale gameplay style, that's so popular.
Oh, wait,
Everybody-
Warzone. The Modern Warfare Warzone.
Yeah.
If all you play is Battle Royale games, not a gamer.
That's just the shooter thing now, I think.
Yeah, like it doesn't count. You're not a gamer. That's not part of your identity.
I think I think you're a boomer.
See,
Marcus.
you're a gamer if
I'm a gamer
you,
boomer.
Yeah, I
if
think you're a gamer
you
boomer.
say the 3-letter F word and the N word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how
gamer.
you know you're a true gamer.
And if you think that women can't be funny, which they can't. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Women aren't funny.
Women aren't funny.
All right, I'm done.
You're done?
Yeah, I finished what I need to do. Okay. Did we actually record this?
Yeah, we're recording.
Oh, hello.
I can just
hi.
cut it out. I can just get rid of it.
So
Just
did you
make
do
it-
Lepidus?
I don't know if I've done Lepidus before.
I thought you went to check it.
We're gonna get... No.
Oh.
I was just setting everything up.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
Everything was completely torn down and we weren't ready to record it all.
Let's watch videos.
We can't...
Let's not watch videos.
We can't do that.
Why?
Because
Copyright.
we don't have enough headphone splitting.
Oh.
Also, copyright infringement. You'd have to pause it like every 10 seconds in order to make sure it doesn't get flagged.
It'd probably still get flagged.
It would easily get flagged.
That's so bullshit. YouTube sucks.
That's why people pause all the time.
You can
when they,
apply to get it unflagged, but
it's a lot of work.
Why don't we
Yeah.
just have Patreon?
although we don't make any, we can't even get monetized on YouTube yet anyway, because you need like a certain number of subscribers and certain amount of watch time.
Yeah, and I think if you cuss in the first 10 seconds or something like that, already completely screws up your algorithms.
Yeah.
Patreon. We can start a Patreon.
Patreons,
I mean-
OnlyFans,
The last
Fiverr.
episode we started talking about porn right away. That's May's first question is, what age did you guys start watching porn?
Oh, yeah. I remember.
So I'm assuming under YouTube's thing that kind of puts us... What's that?
We're probably back a few steps in terms of priority.
What's that bill that it's to help protect kids or something?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about though, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called. Oh.
Which I think is stupid because kids shouldn't be on YouTube. But we already talked about this last time.
Think of the children.
Because you don't want to say stuff in the first 10 or 20 seconds because the whole idea is, I'm guessing, is that a kid can click on it and all of a sudden they get their purity's destroyed or something.
Yeah, instantly because they heard the F word and...
Or they heard
Oh, God.
May talk about porn and all of a sudden they go, "Mommy, what's porn?"
And then they're like, oh, well, let's go watch some fucking porn.
Like how they censor words on music videos. Well, what's the studio that does that? Is it? I know it's. I was thinking Venmo. It's it's not Venmo. It's something else.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Vivo?
Vivo, yeah,
Yeah.
Vivo.
They all do that, yeah.
It's so stupid.
They make
YouTube's been their closed captioning. They censor out swear words in their closed captioning on
Really?
YouTube now.
Can you
entirely?
I think you can't make. Can you make custom subtitles still?
You can, but
Okay.
the default auto-generated closed captioning bleeps out swear words. It does a parenthesis, 4 lines, and then another parenthesis.
I have mad respect for people who actually do the custom subtitles and they add inside jokes and stuff to their own videos.
Could you imagine doing your own subtitles for an hour-long podcast?
Oh Jesus!
I'd kill myself.
That's when you hire a random Eastern European to do it for you,
Yeah,
or a nephew.
or
Yeah.
if you are a big enough podcast that you actually have fans, you can just be like, hey, who wants to do this for us?
Oh yeah, the World War II week by week thing.
Yeah.
They have so many people that translated for their language.
Oh, that's sweet.
So and then for the first World War I week by week, they even had they had 2 separate YouTube channels that did the exact same episodes in German and Polish.
Oh wow, that's wild.
I don't know if they continued that, but I know
like the subtitles were in German, or did
they full on re-recorded it.
Oh wow,
with different people in the stage. At least for the early videos, I remember they did that. I don't know if they kept it going.
That's very cool.
But I remember in the first couple of videos, Indy, who's the main host, he always said at the end, and if you need this video in Polish or German, we got these 2 channels down here.
That's wild. That's really cool.
I really hope they continued it.
I want to hire somebody to do concept art for us. Yeah,
I know like a couple people that might do it.
And my brother, he's going to be a graphic designer, and he draws a lot.
If he wants to do it for free initially, that's fine.
That'd be totally dope. Let's
Just
do
make
that.
make us look like Thanos or something.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. Yeah, I've been like, I don't want to do, because there's the, is it Pfizer? Where like you can go and like, it's freelance art website.
Fiverr, right?
Fiverr, yeah.
There's a couple like
You
that.
can go on Fiverr and like hire someone to do art for you, and like album art or whatever podcast cover art, but they like charge $15, and like it's too little, honestly. Like I don't want to. That's just screwing over a ton of artists that actually like want to get paid.
You can donate to them.
You can always tip them or something.
That's true.
Yeah.
But like I don't think people shouldn't be doing like high quality graphic design for people at like $15
I can just imagine there's so much competition, so it's hard to get your name out.
Yeah.
So they do that for just circulation.
And they just like keep learning. That's like tutoring is getting really messed up because people are like tutoring for $15 an hour.
Yeah, because
it's like,
for example, us, right? Let's suppose we're a popular YouTuber. Suppose then if we find some person on Fiverr that we realize, oh, he's awesome. I love his stuff. Then all of a sudden he's got a consistent customer. So the $15 allows it to be a gateway, kind of.
Yeah.
Test the water.
At the same time, you think about how long it takes to actually draw some of the like work that they do, and it's probably like hours.
Then you increase the price. You're like, oh, I love your work. Give them more money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
The $15 allows us so that you can test it without shitting your pants at the price. That's how I look at it, at least.
You know, when it comes to landscape designers, some of us we charge $50 an hour to draft a design. And that seems kind of right.
50 an hour?
Yeah, 50 an hour.
50 an hour,
yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. You guys have a lot of shit to do, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very detailed drawings. A lot of things you have to account for.
Seems like a much more niche market, too.
Yeah.
So then the upscaled price makes a lot more sense there, too.
Yeah.
But
you want to charge at least $300 for a master plan.
Master plan would be just like the full...
Yeah, like a full 2D drawing of the entire lot.
Oh, okay.
And then drawings would be extra.
That's kind of cool. The more you know.
Yeah.
it'd be cool to like get people that we know to do art.
Or animators.
May's brother, right?
May's brother.
Yeah.
Animators to animate like parts of it.
Yeah,
May's
like
brother.
have an epic intro. Animated intro like Deep Fat Fried.
A lot of podcasts, like their fans just will animate parts of the podcast for them too. That's pretty
super random. But do you guys remember when AOC streamed on Twitch?
Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah, so when she tweeted she was going to do that, just a fan just made an intro for her like, super quick. And it looked really good too.
Some people are really crazy fast at that.
Yeah.
I noticed editing the last one that we oftentimes go yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like bounce yes back and forth. It's weird.
I think there's a lot of things I say prior to saying what I'm trying to do. I make a lot I can't even think of it right now, but like is another one. I probably say that all the time.
Yeah,
I use like a lot.
Totally like. You sound like Candace Owens trying to deny climate change.
Like.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah, you know.
Better than we were in high school, I bet.
God, I hope so.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
I mostly use like when I'm saying, and I was like, and then they were like, and I'm telling a story and I don't know what else to do, and then I'm like, oh God, see?
Oh God, I'm gonna be very, fuck. I just said like again.
Marcus, you're gonna make me self-conscious.
Yeah, self-conscious. That's the word I was looking for. Self-conscious.
Yeah, you know, like
you know,
you need to expand your left.
You just keep thinking about how you're behaving, like yeah.
like.
You need to expand your lexicon to
hell no.
Format eloquent sentences.
Never. Eloquency with me died the moment I don't need to write papers anymore.
That's fair.
Even then, I still wasn't that eloquent.
What's the longest paper you wrote?
Longest paper, seminar paper, 25 pages.
25 pages.
It wasn't even that bad, honestly. It was just because I was lazy that made it so bad.
The most eloquent.
That's a lot of pages.
Usually,
mine was like 15 was my longest.
I probably brought this up once in a while on the podcast, but with so much of my stuff being history, you're writing shit all the time. So
yeah,
and you're so used to reading random shit. All of your tests involve writing papers, basically.
Yeah,
so
like short response or long response or whatever.
It's not creative writing though; it's succinct writing. So I don't know how to write flavorly.
I feel like that'd be easier in a way,
easily,
because you know what you're writing about.
You're just writing material.
You have ideas of what you want to like put down already, and you know the information you want to put down. Creative writing, it's spontaneous.
Oh, absolutely! It becomes clockwork kind of because there's a certain structure to it that they even teach you how to write in that structure. So creative writing, I have no idea.
Although if you're what's his face? Who's the horror guy that gets all the movies made out of his stuff?
Oh, Stephen King.
Yeah, Stephen King. I feel like he probably has like a clockwork regiment down for getting words.
He writes like a madman.
Yeah, I'm shooting shots fired against Stephen King. I read a couple of his books. I don't like them.
You don't?
Yep.
Is it because they read so similarly to each other?
They're just boring. Like I really couldn't get into it. Like I really like the Gunslinger one, the Dark Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really tried to get into the Dark Tower. I've never read a whole Stephen King book. I'll take back what I said earlier. I read about halfway through the Dark Tower, and I literally just like was forcing myself, and I was like, "This is not worth it. It's not getting better." I didn't like it. It felt like he was trying to write words, and like forcing words out onto the paper.
I can imagine what that can read like. I've had to vomit words in so many papers before.
So basically, pretentiousness.
Yeah, and he's also very pretentious, and it's funny. So in a article like that he wrote that my girlfriend read for one of her classes, she was telling me about it, and apparently he said that he doesn't enjoy movies or TV shows, and he thinks they're a lower form of entertainment.
Wow.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty pretentious douche.
That's a special comment.
So he actually is selling out whenever he makes a movie. He's a sellout.
That's funny, right there. What you just yeah. What the hell is it? Is he just trying to piss off people then?
I don't know. It's just, but his writing style is that he sits down and writes like a certain number of words every day, and yeah, I don't think it works well. George R. R. Martin is never going to finish his books, and he just writes whenever he goddamn feels like. So maybe there's a balance there, but
yeah, exactly.
When authors try to insult their audience.
Yeah.
There's like this game called Y2K, but people just call it Yick because that's how it looks, like it's spelled.
Rip.
Yeah. And the creator is really into novels, and the guy tried to make an RPG and a novel at the same time. And like
about the same thing?
Yeah, about the same thing. Yeah, and they often just put in like unnecessary dialogue and descriptions into every scenario. Like, I walked into the elevator and my stomach was in knots. The elevator vibrated under my feet. And then I pet this cat and I stroked its long fur over my coarse fingers.
And it's not even like good adjectives or flavorful adjectives.
Yeah,
it's like
just
I need words.
I
need words.
It's not doesn't help you establish the setting in a very interesting way.
Like, I don't mind really descriptive books that are like take an entire page to describe a setting. Yeah, Lord of the Rings. Like that can be really helpful, but if you're forcing it, it's not good.
I think
that's like I've been trying to write recently, and that's a block that I've been like running into. Is like why would anyone care, especially fiction? Where it's like I'm describing the setting, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, but why would anyone care? Because it's not real.
You just get
like, why would they care about this guy's last name? You know? Why do I care when I read books? I don't know. I can't describe it. I feel like if I could figure out why I care about other books, it might help.
That is such an interesting thing to bring up because when you go through Game of Thrones, they explain so much shit.
You want to know.
Whenever something new is brought up, they kind of half-heartedly give you some kind of explanation of it, or sometimes it's through their own memories that they explain some of it. And then, like you just said, how the hell do you make the fan base care? Because I know, for me, I have a bias, of course, because I watched the TV shows before reading the books. Yeah. So I already did care. I already knew this stuff. Like, oh, that's cool. They're explaining it. But I can't even imagine reading it and learning it like that.
Oh, damn. Is there a fiction book? I'm not sure there's a fiction book that I've read that I didn't see some sort of media first before reading the fiction book.
Yeah.
I was about to say Dexter, but I saw the show before I read the books.
Dune,
that's true.
They're recently making a movie.
You motherfucker clinking your goddamn can.
So close to the mic.
Sorry. I just noticed that.
I mean, at least you're being conscientious about going green because it's actually really important to break off the tabs.
Yeah, see,
saving a penguin.
I know the environmental and auditory damage that I am doing.
But you're doing God's work
from a utilitarian perspective.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
saved an animal's life, and you mildly inconvenienced our podcast. So
oh, yeah, totally.
Net happiness in the world, probably
unfortunately, with how recycling management is and how garbage disposal is, that may have done nothing. But yes.
You know what my thought was when I first heard that clank? I first heard that clank, and this really quick thought shot in my mind. I was like, oh shit, I hope Marcus didn't catch on to that.
I notice everything.
Don't worry, let me ruin it.
As the one who edits the podcast, I know every noise in this room.
Honestly, he's probably so self-conscious about it compared to us because he actually has to sit down and listen to this bullshit.
I say something stupid and I'm like, I'm going to need to cut out like 20 minutes of this. I can't deal with that. I just said that.
Mark is just standing there like, okay, I just need to kill myself after this.
There's a saving grace of being the editor, and that's if I say something really dumb. I can edit out my own dumb mistakes.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Hey, at least we're not live streaming.
That's fair.
That's true.
Someday, maybe.
No.
That'd be fun, actually.
Maybe.
Denied.
That could be cool.
Yeah, if we ever build an audience, that'd be good.
Hell, with no audience, it's even better.
I want to talk to chat and ban people.
What's up, chat? How you doing, chat?
Yeah.
Chat. Any F's in the chat for the poggers in the chat?
I will say I do. I had one very brief experience with streaming with an audience when in high school when my friend Ty, he randomly decided to stream Fallout 3. It was just so that I could watch him play, and all of a sudden he got somebody else in that was actually just a random guy at Twitch that decided to watch him play Fallout 3, and we both just were talking to him. And it's kind of the audience and viewer interaction is actually so much fun if you can get somebody and engage with them that isn't like complete toxic or something.
It's fun, but it's also kind of hard because of the delay. Noticed because I've streamed a couple of times, and the delay makes it really weird because it's just like a few seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get into like weird situations where you're talking and like conversation lines start like splitting.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Kind of just have to pay half-hearted to it while still playing. For me, it was different because I was watching him play, so I could talk with him the whole time.
Yeah. While
he was playing. But if you're gaming and talking to the crowd, that'd be hard, especially if you're playing something like a Warzone or something. I couldn't even imagine doing that, where you have to focus on people trying to murder you 24/7 while talking and engaging with your audience.
We're playing a hack and slash game.
Oh shit, can you imagine playing For Honor and trying to talk with your audience? That's not happening.
There's plenty of lulls in For Honor actually though.
That's true.
Especially in the bigger game modes where you're running around a lot.
I don't know, like the kind of pauses between the rounds as well.
And then you just get leaped on though from ledges. Big rip.
Vosh does that. He plays Bloodborne while trying to like talk with the audience. I was like, how do you do this? And then like he's been playing Bloodborne for 2 months now and he's still not finished with it. And then one time I just commented like, how are you still playing this game? You should be done with it by now.
When he debates people, does he just pick people from his chat that he wants to debate?
Sometimes.
I
don't know.
The one you showed me, did he just pull him out of chat?
Yeah, I just pulled him out of chat.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I just want to go to his channel and just start spamming him. Be like, hey.
Like, debate me.
Fight me.
I won't even know what he's talking about, and I'll get on and be like, God, you're just wasting my time. I'm like, yeah. But I got to talk to Vosh, so now I'm cool.
Yeah.
He noticed me.
I've achieved something.
It's good clout for our channel.
Exactly. I'll use him. I'll abuse Vosh to get our channel to grow.
One of my friends made a YouTube video of him typing in thank you for the plug to random streamers that never gave him any shout out or anything like that. He just said thank you for giving me a shout out and put in his YouTube channel and see if they respond and say, oh yeah, you're welcome.
Did they?
Yeah, a couple people did.
Nice. That's cool. Thanks for the plug. I should just go to a bunch of random channels and spam our YouTube thing until I get banned.
Just donate $2 and be like, please give me this plug.
I mean, I almost did that to TJ Kirk.
Oh, really?
But I was just like, I didn't actually mention the channel name because I didn't want to advertise. I was just like, hey, you inspired me to get into podcasts with some friends.
He'd check it out before he shouted us out, and then he'd be like, oh my god, these guys suck.
All I said to him was...
we wouldn't get along, because I feel like I've even shit-talked him on this podcast before, so...
All I said to him was, it's like, hey, you inspired me to get into a podcast with some friends. We're like, we're super cringy, but and super awkward, but at least we tried to be intellectual. And he's just like, oh, cool.
Nice. Inspiring people.
Yeah.
Nice.
I doubt that he ever expected to inspire anyone in his life.
Yeah, probably.
I can shit talk the amazing atheist for fun any day. I enjoy it.
Amazing. I mean, it's really easy to do it.
Yeah. I don't know. You've tried to get me into the amazing atheist so many times, and I'm just never... I don't know. I don't like him.
You have to forgive me. I'm a real fangirl.
You're a big fangirl. You're also a fangirl over Vosh now.
Yeah, totally.
I don't mind Vosh as much as the amazing atheist. Something about TJ just really rubs me the wrong way.
He's bread tube now.
See?
Yeah.
Used to be anti-SJW.
Yeah, I think he was one of the people that started it.
I think so.
Yeah, he was the creator of that genre.
Rebrand.
And then he was just like, fuck this shit. I'm out.
Yeah.
He made it's like the 10th video he made about him not being an anti-SJW anymore.
I think you showed me, one of the first videos you showed me really started putting me up because he was it was a video of him being really militantly atheist. And I'm not a big religious guy.
Wasn't it the video called it was a response to this video, this spoken word video called I love Jesus but hate religion. And then TJ Kirk was like, I hate religion and Jesus too.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, it was probably that one.
I don't know. He's a religious atheist.
Yeah.
That's how to describe him.
Yeah, I can understand that.
It's the most stupid shit ever. Because everything that's wrong with religion is also wrong with his brand of atheism.
He hasn't talked about...
Just extreme anti-religious.
He has not talked about religion in such a long time.
For no reason. And a certainty. He has a level of certainty and faith in atheism.
Yeah.
That you'll only find in a religious person.
Or with
he's I know for a fact no kind of higher being exists in this universe.
There's no such thing as an outworldly being possible.
How do you know that?
Yeah, exactly.
And he's very materialist, and he's the material world and science. And...
Mm-hmm.
He is also very certain of a lot of things he talks about.
I think that might be my problem with him. He's just generally too certain about everything.
That's actually... That just revealed to me why I like him so much. Because it's a very huge contrast to me where I'm just kind of uncertain about everything and I'm not really confident about anything really. Not even the most important issues, that are leveraged towards me, like trans issues. I'm not even confident about my own issues I talk about. It's just people like him, he speaks with not necessarily through authority, but he speaks as if he knows, confidence, as if he knows what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta remember, though.
Vosh too.
Yeah.
You gotta remember that these people are kind of spokespersons, though. His personal beliefs may not be exactly what he's screaming out.
Yeah.
Especially since, I don't know, I haven't really followed him, but he used to be the anti-SJW guy. And now he's always been on the liberal side of things, but
Oh, he says that liberals are pussies.
Does he?
Yeah, he's on the left, but
his branding seems to have shifted.
Yeah.
Since like anti-SJW stuff has become less mainstream on YouTube, he's like shifted. But
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, Vosh 2 also speaks with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, have you seen Vosh?
I haven't heard of either of these people you're talking. In fact, I've never actually seen Joe Rogan because I know you bring him up a lot.
Oh shit!
Vosh, the best way I would describe Vosh is that he is the liberal form of Steven Crowder or Ben Shapiro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Except he doesn't have a big platform like them. He doesn't have like the Daily Wire or the Louder with Crowder show.
Yeah, he's not funded by billionaires.
Yeah, he just has his bedroom, his webcam, his mic, but like
and his sociology degree.
He doesn't have Ben Shapiro's B and C camera.
Like
yeah, I don't think
the
no.
way that, okay, not the way Ben Shapiro started, because technically Ben Shapiro started as a lawyer and he already had a ton of money. But like if Ben Shapiro started with not a ton of money, they would start very the same way, because like Vosh seems to be like Vosh destroys so and so, you know. Like I could see his videos marketed as Vosh destroys turf,
the inseminator. That's what he calls the guy.
Yeah,
like the other side of the coin. Yeah, yeah, I got you.
And the worst part is that he seems like he's a pretty smart guy, which makes me kind of like
well, exactly.
For me, I'm personally relieved that we have a guy like that. I mean, we're like when you see a lot of anti-trans rhetoric and you have people like Crowder and Ben Shapiro throwing in arguments, and then people become, develop more anti-trans sentiments, but then you have this Vosh guy who makes, pretty good, decent arguments, and then more people start to gravitate towards him, and in turn become more trans rights.
They're not compelling arguments, though, in terms of changing someone's mind. There may be motivating arguments for someone who already agrees with you, maybe.
Motivated reasoning.
But I don't think that they're compelling arguments. Like, he's so aggressive. He's like, he instantly goes on the offensive in every conversation. Okay. I can't say that. I've only seen one video.
You've only seen 20 minutes of it.
In one video.
He calls him stupid.
But like, literally the first minute, he was already insulting the dude on a personal level. And also just it's just instantly aggressive and offensive.
I don't know, I thought it was funny.
Not offensive, but offensive. Sorry.
Whenever I see those type of channels, it's just I always try to remind myself that they've like built their audiences and that they're predominantly spokespeople for a platform or an ideology or whatever. It doesn't mean that they don't personally believe in it, but it could be an exaggerated form of what they believe in, and a much more certain form, because of course they're trying to project that opinion out to people and talk about it. Yeah,
and what is kind of even more annoying to me about it is that that's the kind of content people really want.
Yeah,
and you're delivering. Yeah, you deliver it.
Like what you were saying earlier, how you're saying that even for important stuff, you weren't that certain. It's kind of important to be uncertain about more important topics. Like having a more complicated or nuanced opinion about something where you're not sure what is actually right is a good thing. It means that you're thinking about it and that you're not just like...
One more thing I'd like to add is that I'm not very articulate.
I
think I like people who are articulate, and not only like people who have conviction, but people who are articulate. I'm not very articulate. Like whenever I try to talk about something I have passion in, I can't describe it.
They help structure what you're thinking.
Yeah, basically.
I understand that fully. Yeah. But then to say that they have like really strong opinions, they may be projecting that, but it doesn't mean that they actually have their foundation could be just as mixed up or as confused as anybody else's.
Yeah. See, that's why I'm a fan girl, but I'm not a fan boy. There's a big difference.
You're not simping for them.
Yeah, I'm not simping for them. I'm like, hey, I like this person.
Is that the difference between fangirling and fanboying? Is that you're not simping?
Okay, there's no real difference between those.
I'm just curious.
I'm making my own difference between those two definitions. Like a fanboy, it's like they defend the person no matter what.
Simping.
There's also like a insidious level to it. That's like people like get this concept of like their armies too, and like, oh, I'm part of the Ben Shapiro group army,
yeah.
like in group of Ben Shapiro, and Vosh has his in group, and they won't, because the leaders of that army, you know, have this mentality of just destroying other people and not building bridges and whatever. The people that listen to them also develop that similar,
becomes a zero-sum game.
Yeah, and it honestly, I don't know, it could have real world ramifications.
If
You already have these real world ramifications.
Yeah, whether that's caused by their like this kind of thing, or whether it was developed separately, I'm not sure. But like, that could be a factor in the increasing polarity of
definitely a factor in some ways.
Well, there are times where you can't really build bridges or even come to the same conclusion because you can't agree on the set of premises.
Yeah, but you can talk. Then you need to start from the level of premises, like, why are you talking? I guess.
Yeah.
Other than just trying to move people that are in the middle to your side, I guess, would be the point then. But even then, you need to have some sort of compelling argument. And Vosh's argument, honestly, wasn't compelling in the video you showed me. He was pretty... like, he wasn't allowing the conversation to develop into anything that would be able to be compelling. Because it was so overtly aggressive instantly.
Like a Tucker Carlson interview or something?
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah, like, there's no productivity, there's no real substance, because he wouldn't let substance occur.
Yeah.
And he didn't foster... there was possible substance in that conversation, but he didn't foster an environment in which substance could actually grow. So it just became superficial squabbling for 30 minutes, whatever we listened to.
It was like 25 minutes we listened to it, but it was like a full 70 minutes.
So that was 70 minutes. You only listened to 25 minutes of it.
Yeah.
And I think either, like, two things should be your goal in a conversation, in my opinion. Either you should be trying to convince the person you're talking to. At some point, you might come to realize that they're never going to change their mind, and you should just give the fuck up. Then your second fallback option, if you want to continue the conversation, you should at least try and convince anyone who's listening to the conversation. Well, in an internet setting. Anyone who's listening to the conversation, you should be trying to pull people from the middle. I don't think his style isn't capable of doing either of those things. All it's capable of doing is like galvanizing people that are already on his side, you know,
and then
like
help
riling people up,
help inspiring them. Yeah, it keeps give them some morale boosters,
inspiring them in what I think is probably not a productive way either. Inspiring them to be more confrontational, like
the firebrand, I think is the term they use.
I am right, and that's a dangerous mentality for a large group of people to have. Bad things happen when a large group of people think they're right about something.
If we're all correct, then everybody else are the bad man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it, and I think that he definitely has the potential to do like actually really cool stuff. I do think that, because he is rather articulate. And he seems to be able to form thoughts pretty well, quickly. So
I've never actually seen any of the videos or those compilations or whatever of Ben Shapiro dabbing on libs.
Oh my god!
I always hear the memes, but my two experiences with Ben Shapiro is the video we all saw together, where he talked about how liberal movies are secretly conservative Christian movies or some crap like that.
Yeah.
The other one being his extremely cordial and informative interview of Andrew Yang on the exact same. So like
you just like have two polar opposite views of like snapshots of Ben Shapiro.
To me, I have these two pictures, right, of like just so he makes goofy arguments about liberal shit, and then an actually good interview of Andrew Yang. That's the only two things I've actually seen him from. So I've never actually seen the dabbing the lip part. In my mind, it still feels like, does he actually do this, or is this propaganda? But I know that it does happen, though.
Yeah, when he goes to college campuses. Like, I remember that Andrew Neil interview he had at BBC, the one where he rage quit. Yeah, he was saying, like, Andrew Neil brought up the whole, like, Ben Shapiro destroys snowflake liberal, and Ben Shapiro was like, well, other people, like, made those video titles, not me. even though that the Daily Wire made those videos and that was his company, which he owns.
Mm-hmm. He owns it?
Yeah, he owns Daily Wire.
Oh.
Like the whole, like...
People that worked for him made it. He can't be held responsible for what his employees do.
Yeah, well, he's not the person vetting this shit, right?
Like
or
like Ben Shapiro destroys transgenderism and abortion.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, like, you would, like, be backed up in a corner, and you would say, like, I didn't make that. I was just trying to inspire a productive conversation. I didn't make that
just
video title.
Bullying low-hanging fruit. And that's also what Vosh does. He, at least in the one clip of 20 minutes from one video
out of
that
75 minutes.
I really shouldn't shit-talk Vosh as much as I am. But I really didn't like that one video.
You must have left a horrible impression.
In fairness to me, that was probably the worst video you could have shown me from him. But
you watched less than half of the video.
But he also was just bullying this, like the guy that he was debating couldn't even form an English sentence.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. He just was violently, verbally attacking him, basically.
And the guy. Maybe he was flustered because Vosh was aggressive instantly. So maybe the guy was flustered and couldn't think because he was like nervous. Mm-hmm. Because I also would expect that whoever Vosh was debating wasn't used to talking in front of an audience of Vosh's size. So I'll give him some credit. Maybe he was nervous and he's not a complete nincompoop. But the guy that Vosh was debating at that point in time in his current state was unable to form the most basic of English sentences. He was completely frozen. He was a deer in the headlights situation.
You see, as my point with women and trans women,
sexist.
Why would
Don't bring up prisons. Don't bring up prisons. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think is sex? What do you think is like? What is your definition of a penis? What? And Vosh would like steamroll him in the middle of his half-formed sentence too.
Yeah,
just crushing any morale he managed to rally.
There's no objective definition for vagina.
Yeah.
The way he talks.
Is that from the video?
Yeah, people in the comments said that he sounded like Ben Shapiro on low battery. And he's like Ben Shapiro, except he's not able to sound smart.
Yeah, and he is being attacked by somebody that's giving him no time to even make the sentences, even if he wanted to.
Yeah.
It was pretty brutal.
It was pretty entertaining for me personally. I mean, I'm biased.
Yeah,
at least you acknowledge the bias. That's very
I'm
important.
biased because Vosh is pro-trans and I'm trans. Yeah. Of course I'm going to enjoy that shit.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want to kill the fun. I'm being a fun sponge right now.
No, you're fine.
Well, bullying is funny.
Bowling's hilarious.
Yeah.
I can understand the entertainment attraction of Vosh and Ben Shapiro, not Crowder.
We all understand.
Crowder sucks.
We all understand for the most part it's entertainment.
Crowder isn't funny.
Yeah.
Crowder has a good meme. Crowder has the Change My Mind meme, and he is technically responsible for like the reason that came to be. Steven Crowder didn't make the Change My Mind meme template, so I can't give him credit. Crowder's not funny. He's not a comedian. Crowder sucks.
Okay. Audience, I will tolerate you if you like Ben Shapiro. I mean, you like whatever you like, but if you like Crowder, then you should die. You should be killed.
There's good shitty content, and then there's bad shitty content.
Yeah, if you like Crowder, you're an absolute degenerate. Like you should just be like fucking hanged.
Crowder's
or lit on fire. I don't care. If you like Crowder, you're a degenerate and you're completely lost.
Like I saw Bachelor, right? I know that show is amazing. If you watch that with a group of people, it is so entertaining. But nobody should watch the talk shows in the morning.
Zardoz is a horrible movie, but it's hilarious.
Yeah,
like, Zardoz is good. Crowder is like, I am not wearing pants, therefore funny. Like,
I dressed as a woman to make fun of trannies. I'm funny.
It's so dumb. It hurts. He's cringe comedy, but it's like not funny. It's just cringe.
It's just very bottom feeder level cringe comedy.
Yeah, Just Crowder sucks, man. Ben Shapiro at least like makes a solid like argument structures.
His camera's fancy.
And he has eyebrows.
It's at least funny to make fun of Ben Shapiro.
Yeah,
With
he like talks
Crowder?
really fast and is like.
Ben Shapiro has transcended. He's become. It's irrelevant what his content is at this point.
Yeah,
He's
he's
an
just
abstract.
He's a meme, right?
He's just he's a living meme.
There was one time.
He's like the abstract concept of a rightoid. You know, Like, that's
Okay,
what Ben Shapiro-
there was one time when Ben Shapiro was like he invited this like a guest on call, like on the phone.
Yeah.
And this like guy he was from Canada, and he was like, yeah, I have absolutely no respect for you on healthcare, blah blah blah. We have such good healthcare, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, one question for you: are you tall enough to ride the rides on Disneyland?
Yikes.
And then like
Spades.
and then Ben Shapiro, and then Ben Shapiro gave his answer, and then the guy was like, "Oh my god, so bad."
Did he
It
like
was
give
like-
a serious answer?
Oh yeah, he gave a serious answer, but then and then the guy was like, "At Thanksgiving dinner, do you sit at the adults table or the children's table?"
I swear Ben Shapiro doesn't have a funny bone in his body.
Well, Ben
God damn
Shapiro
He's got
said,
some good discipline at
It
least.
said, well, it's like, well, I do sit at the adults table, but, because unlike you, I have a functioning frontal lobe.
Jesus Christ.
Got him.
But then, and then after
Do you
it,
think Ben Shapiro got dumped in the dumpster behind the school when he was younger?
probably, he got bullied in school a lot.
Poor guy.
But, after that, after the caller hung up, or they cut him off or whatever, Ben was like, well, I don't understand why people like him are obsessed of my height. I mean, I'm 5'9". I mean, you're not 5'9", you liar.
I've seen pictures of you around many people. The average height is not like that.
Yeah, it's like,
The average height is like 5'10", right?
Oh, I have no
Or is it
idea.
like... for our generation, I think it's closer to 6 foot, in fairness.
yeah.
But he's
man, I'm short.
Ben Shapiro's like substantially shorter than most people you see him around. Like, it's almost comical.
Is the average really 6 foot?
I think it's close. It's like
Wow.
5'11" or something.
And Ben is like 5'5" or 5'4".
For our generation.
I'm trying to think. I don't even know what my height is, but it's definitely not 6 foot.
Like, I think globally the average is something like 5'10", 5'9".
It's probably like a tad bit lower,
But
I could imagine.
For America, for our generation, like
Yeah.
our age group, it's close to 6 foot.
Wow.
Because
What do
we
you know?
eat meat.
That's true. It's honestly a good sign of population if you have a good height average, I feel.
We're
Yeah.
big
You're eating well.
chunguses.
We're kind of tall on it, actually.
All that Nordic blood, too. And good diets. That's the more important part.
Yeah. Good
Well, just
diets.
food.
Caloric intake.
Yeah, food. Not good diets, but food.
Well, it's like,
Yeah.
with,
Which, at the end of the day, is still kind of the better thing.
with North and South Koreans.
Better than famine.
Yes.
I'd take it over famine.
Too much food, fam.
Like, South Koreans are a few inches taller than North Koreans.
Yeah.
Even though that, the population stopped mixing around 50 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because diet plays such a big role in the height.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder, there's like this study, not a study, but like an article that was written a few years ago that was talking about like hypothesizing why women are shorter than men.
Mm.
And the reason they got is that like patriarchy distributed food to men before women, and that caused women to be shorter.
It's not a
It was-
horrible thought process, I guess, to come up with that idea.
Hmm.
I guess it like technically makes sense.
I guess maybe you could probably make some weird argument that's not very... I don't have any foundation for it, but I'm just thinking where it's like the type of jobs, maybe.
I didn't look into it,
Yeah.
so I honestly I guess I can't criticize it too much. But on the face value, I was like, "This is stupid."
Well, there are cultures. There are actually many cultures where the woman is malnourished.
Yeah, like top down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if beauty standards too. It could get to a point where it's more motivated by the female simply because of beauty standards.
Yeah. Although beauty standards really depend on what's easy.
Oh yeah, I'm
Because
just
it used to be like fat ladies were considered very attractive because that was hard to achieve.
It ties to so much stuff in culture. It doesn't have to be skinny. I'm just saying that can tie into it. Yeah.
Beauty standards are interesting for both sexes because it just always seems to be what's the hardest thing for people to attain at the moment.
Yeah. What's not available?
Yeah,
Like
that's hot.
Like an hourglass figure.
Yeah, like that's hard to do.
God damn it!
So that's
I
hot
wish I
right now.
had an hourglass figure.
Yeah, that's like fucking impossible. Like
my
yeah.
torso, my torso is like literally like a fucking board.
But like countries that are like going through famine or whatever, being fat is attractive.
Yeah,
a lot of the time.
And it can just tie to so much stuff in culture. It doesn't even tie to other stuff too, where it's the norm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, this is hot. This is what you want.
But in our culture, being thinner is more attractive, or for guys being like really muscular is really attractive.
Tall, muscular.
Or Thailand or Japan being extremely white and pale, very attractive.
Yeah, I think
it's hard to do.
Yeah, I think it's for some Asian places. It's this.
Well,
at least a while ago, it was a sign of wealth to be like lighter skinned.
Yeah,
I think being paler is like generally because like that's found attractive because generally people that have jobs that require less manual outdoor labor are paler.
Huge
and
pointer for
they
that.
get that money.
Yeah, exactly. That too.
So I don't know. I don't know if it's
a lot of shit.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah. What were we talking about?
I was about to ask that too.
We went from like
what the fuck were we talking about?
Complaining about libs to complaining
Vosh.
about roidoids to complaining about
So where did we get the food to begin with? It was about height, right?
Yeah.
And then that somehow went to
I talked about feminism.
You were talking about why you're talking about a study that was saying
I don't want to go back to that because I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay. I was just trying to remember why we got there.
Don't listen to me. I'm not educated.
We
in
are
this
talking
field.
about random shit.
We're talking about feminazis in 2021.
You know, feminazis.
None of us know what the fuck we're talking
Virtue signaling.
SJWs are bad.
And on the video where Anita Sarkeesian said the word feminist 3 times.
Bro, like, you remember 2 years ago when Anita Sarkeesian tried to come back to the public eye and she, like, made a video or two and nobody cared? Like, I think I saw one video of a Gamergator dude from back in the day that was like, Anita Sarkeesian, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I cannot be fucked to care. Scroll. I was like, I don't give a shit.
I was parroting Thunderfoot on that one video by...
I never watched Thunderfoot.
It was the Rave Dooman one. I agree with that. They had Thunderfoot in there where he was just like, Anita Sarkeesian in her video said the word feminist 3 times.
Oh!
I agree with that.
Dude, I truly miss good old, like, dumb liberal content on YouTube. Like, the good old Anita Sarkeesians of YouTube. I wish we could go back to that time.
I don't even know who you're talking about right now, Anita Sarkeesian.
Yeah, she was like this cringy gamer feminist.
Was she the one that said, and this is why I hate toxic Mexic video games?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because it appeals to the male fantasy.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't her. She was like, one of her big videos was strategic butt coverings.
What?
For guys, like, because guys wear capes a lot.
Oh.
And therefore aren't sexualized or something. And because female characters have big butts.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sexualization of women. And the male characters are always in capes, so you don't see dude ass.
Mm-hmm.
And so therefore dude ass is not sexualized.
Yeah.
And therefore women are over sexualized.
It's wrong to look at dude ass. It's good to look at women ass.
Because Superman is an easily attainable physical stature.
Mm.
Solid Snake.
I don't know, man.
Raiden.
Basically,
that Raiden ass.
Yeah, Raiden. Or like Solid Snake, like especially in the second game where you can see like every contour of his ass when he's crawling.
Remember Metal Gear Solid 4? Some old Snake.
Oh my
skin
god.
tight ops ass.
So when women, her point was basically when women are hot in a video game, it's the male gaze, and when men are hot in a video game, it's a power fantasy. Yeah,
I always wanted to be an old man in a skin-tight ops suit, sneaking around Middle Eastern villages
and killing
with a
kids.
tranquilizer dart.
Yeah.
Have you seen all the memes of Snake killing kids?
Oh yeah.
Oh wait,
that was a child snake.
Oh wait,
so
which snake? Venom Snake.
It'd be Venom Snake.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's the only one where he can kill kids, right?
Yeah, but you would get a game over.
Yeah. It's like Snake. That was a child. Snake, make sure to be careful.
On the compilation of I think it was a video title called Snake Doesn't Kill Children. And it was just him not killing children, but just beating the living tar out of them.
because it's non-lethal.
Yeah.
When he shoots the rocket punch at them, it's non-lethal.
Because they're like going into child soldiers and stuff. Right?
Yeah, because he's fighting in Angola? Mozambique or something? And then, I think it's Angola. And then there's like a bunch of child soldiers there.
That seems like such a weird thing to put in a Metal Gear game.
Metal Gear Solid 5 is kind of weird. It's not, I don't really consider it a Metal Gear game, to be honest.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it, because it's, well, like, one...
Literally trying to do commentary on real-world issues, and the game is just so over the top.
It's just not a Metal Gear Solid game.
Metal Gear Solid always did that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, especially with 2, they talked about they even in Metal Gear Solid 2, it came out 2001, and they were already talking about memes and like the internet culture. They're talking about like how we just produce a bunch of like meaningless trite on the internet, and then like
the entire game was straight up a commentary on people's like hype and excitement and the kind of factory production. Like if you play Metal Gear Solid 2 and just focus on the game structure, it is literally Metal Gear Solid 1 for the most part.
Yeah.
Well, outside of the very ending. And then the entire game is basically designed to disappoint you, because the tutorial you're playing as Snake, because everybody wants to play Snake, and then once you finish the tutorial, you are no longer Snake for the rest of the game. You're some skinny blonde white kid that you've never met before.
Yeah.
And Snake is just some random dude on the side during the game. And then it's slowly the game is it breaks into this maddeningly crazy plot that slowly breaks down.
Metal Gear always has a weird plot. That's all I know about Metal Gear. I've never been like super into Metal Gear, but you showed me that one video that was a 20-minute quick overview of Metal Gear, and he was literally talking at lightning speed for the entire 20 minutes, and like that was a quick overview. He talked like a mile a minute for 20 minutes. And that was like a quick overview.
Like the best way I can describe Metal Gear Solid, it's like an 80s action movie, but with these really really creative and honestly just super weird sometimes ways to commentate on reality.
Yeah, lots of postmodernism.
Mm.
The boss fights are, if you look at them in a vacuum, they're all fucking stupid. The boss fights.
Like Fat Man.
Fat Man. Yeah. He's on rollerblades, he's a bomber, and he shoots at you with a submachine gun.
And he's fat.
So America.
And then when you're about to kill him, he's like, "You'll never find the last bomb." He like dies. Do you know where the bomb is? There's like a timer going at the top, and you actually need to find the bomb.
Oh my god.
Yeah, do you know where it is? It's underneath his body.
How many tries did it take you to figure that out?
I unfortunately watched playthroughs Metal Gear Solid. It was M, so I couldn't play it. So I had to watch playthroughs of it. So I knew where it was because the guy was doing a walkthrough of it. But most of the Metal Gear Solid bosses are essentially like puzzles.
Yeah.
Where they're not really just shoot the shit out of them.
That's kind of cool.
Well, there's some that are plenty like that, but like Vamp, right? Metal Gear Solid 4, Vamp.
Yeah.
You can't kill him. You have to inject them with this thing that you got since the beginning of the game that disables nanomachines. Because what's bringing back up is his nanomachines.
That fucking boss.
So it's like you need to read item descriptions.
Yeah, and then there's just little puzzles in a lot of the games. Bosses, yeah.
I remember that I never played Metal Gear Solid 4 because I never had a PS3 at the time.
Oh, rip, dude.
But like I just watched. I played and finished 2, but I never played 4. I just watched it online, watched walkthroughs, and it's like I saw the guy like in the section where you're playing a Snake as usual, and you're shooting down all those geckos coming through while Raiden is like trying to kill Vamp. But then it was like split screen down the middle, and then on the left is the gameplay, and then on the right it's the cutscene.
Yeah.
And then you just want to watch the cutscene, but you have to actually like fucking play the game. It's like I don't want to play the game. I just want to watch those two fight.
Yeah. So after you knock out Vamp, he gets into this absolutely epic ass knife fight with Raiden, because Raiden it's like Hideo Kojima knew people hated Raiden.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, because Raiden is the blonde femboy that replaces Snake in the second game, and like people hated him so much. People hated him so much that in Metal Gear Solid 5, Hideo Kojima, the maker of Metal Gear Solid, basically turned him into a super soldier.
Yeah.
Raiden, like he becomes an absolute badass, like a complete out of this world badass compared to Snake.
You played, Raiden. We played Metal Gear Rising that one night.
That's Raiden.
Metal Gear Rising for one night, and I did like one mission, and then there was like a 20-minute cutscene.
Do you remember the sword guy flailing? That was the guy that replaced Snake in Metal Gear Solid 2.
I remember like the giant mecha thing with the El Presidente or whatever the fuck.
Oh, the nanomachine, son.
Like there was like a dude in a suit in a mecha.
Oh. No, you guys never got to the final boss. The guy who's like basically like Donald Trump.
Senator Armstrong.
Yeah,
I got
he was
to him.
like, he was all like, "We're gonna make America great again."
He says that.
Oh my god.
He's so good. Oh my god. After we're done, we should totally show you at least the
Yeah, let's do it.
At least the cutscenes for Senator Armstrong, because he is awesome.
It's such a meme.
Oh wait, we should probably be done now.
Oh, we are.
So
Metal Gear Solid is cool.
Metal Gear Solid is cool.
Nanomachine, son.
Nanomachine, son.
Destroy libtards and rightoids every day. Destroy them all.
Always.
Crush them.
Yes.
Fuck them all to death.
Remember, Antifa are just socialists.
I'm
discussing socialists from Venezuela.
I'm good. So yeah, I feel like I've said all I need to say.
Yeah, Lepetus. Yeah.
Lepetus is the original cuck.
Yes.
So.
I love that so much.
And Pliny the Elder is a true Chad. He did his job well.
Bro, there's too many Chads in some Roman histories.
Pliny the Elder is literally just like, I'm just gonna write stuff down, and then now he's engraved and immortalized in Roman history.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.